Hello, namaste, Zarna Garg here with the Zarna Garg Family Podcast, and today is a very special episode with me and me alone, and I'll tell you why. Because right now, we're all consumed with the holiday season, we're all consumed with buying gifts, getting gifts, what are we giving, what are we getting, where are we spending our money, what are we gonna do, what are we gonna do? And I think I have some advice that can make your life better, make your life easier, make your life less stressful and happier for all around you. So I want you to hear about the best gift I ever got in my life that costs no money, and it will have ideas for you to share your gifts, for you to make gifts for your friends and family that might just change their life. I hope you enjoy this story as much as I've enjoyed telling it, and I can't wait to hear what you think about it. This holiday season, nobody needs to buy anybody any gifts. Nobody needs another pair of fluffy socks. Nobody needs another lip gloss. You don't need another gift card to a coffee shop. You don't need that. If you want to give somebody something, give somebody the gift of believing in them. And I'm going to tell you the story of how I started doing comedy. The story of how I got into comedy is the subject of a New York Times Best of 2021 college essay that my daughter wrote about how she helped me get started in comedy. And you can also look it up. You can Google New York Times Zoya Garg and you'll find it. But I'm going to read the story to you. And this is going to give you ideas on what you can give your loved one without spending a dime. You can create your own version of this and revolutionize somebody's life. So get ready for the story. This is an essay written by my daughter, Zoya Garg. My mom finds a baffling delight from drinking from glass, hotel-grade water dispensers. Even when 3-year-old lemon rinds float in stale water, drinking from the dispenser remains luxurious. Last year for her birthday, I saved enough to buy a water dispenser for our kitchen counter. However, instead of water, I filled it with handwritten notes encouraging her to chase her dreams of a career. As I grew older, I noticed that my mom yearned to pursue her passions and to make her own money. She spent years as a stay-at-home mom and limited our household chores as much as she could, taking the burden upon herself so my brothers and I could focus on our education. However, I could tell from her curiosity of and attitudes towards working women that she envied their financial freedom and the self-esteem that must come with it. When I asked her about working again, she would tell me to focus on achieving the American dream that I knew she had once dreamed for herself. For years, I watched her effortlessly light up conversations with both strangers and family. Her empathy and ability to understand the needs, wants, and struggles of a diverse group of people empowered her to reach the hearts of every person at a dinner table, even when the story itself did not apply to them at all. She could make anyone laugh, and I wanted her to be paid for it. Mom, have you ever thought about being a stand-up comedian? She laughed at the idea. But then she started wondering aloud about what she would joke about and how comedy shows were booked. As she began dreaming of a comedy career, the reality of her current life as a stay-at-home mom sank in. She began to cry and told me it was too late for her. I could not bear to watch her struggle between ambition and doubt. Her birthday was coming up. Although I had already bought her a present, I realized what I actually wanted was to give her the strength to finally put herself first and to take a chance. I placed little notes of encouragement inside the water dispenser. I asked my family and her closest friends to do the same. These friends told her other friends, and eventually I had grown a network of supporters who emailed me their admiration for my mom. From these emails, I hand-wrote 146 notes, crediting all of these supporters that also believed in my mom. Some provided me with sentences, others with 5-paragraph-long essays. Yet, each note was an iteration of the same sentiment. You are hilarious, full of life, and ready to take on the stage. On the day of her birthday, my mom unwrapped an oddly shaped present and saw the water dispenser I bought her. She was not surprised, as she had hinted at it for many years. But then, as she kept unwrapping, she saw that inside the dispenser were these little notes that filled the whole thing. As she kept picking out and reading the notes, I could tell that she started to believe what they said. She started to weep with her hands full of notes. She could not believe the support was real, that everyone knew she had a special gift and believed in her. Within 2 months, my mom performed her first set in a New York comedy club. Within a year, my mom booked a monthly headlining show at the nation's premier comedy club. I'm not sure what happened to the water dispenser, but I've read the notes with my mom countless times. They are framed and line the walls of her new office space that she rented with the profits she made from working as a professional comedian. For many parents, their children's careers are their greatest accomplishment. But for me, my mom's is mine. I, I'm not going to cry because I just did my makeup for a show and it's a problem to fix it. But I read this essay, and you guys should Google it if you want it, because this is a gift that didn't cost any money, really. The water dispenser did cost money, but it was very inexpensive. It's a gift of believing in somebody. Sometimes somebody from the outside can tell you, are you okay? My photographer, are you okay? My video guy is all emotional. Like, usually nothing makes him emotional, but of course somebody else in my family did. But sometimes somebody from the outside can give you a reflection that you can't clearly see about yourself, and that ends up being the biggest gift of all. And I'm sure all of you have a loved one who would love to receive something from you like this. And it doesn't have to be this detailed. It doesn't have to be this much work. You can just start with writing a really thoughtful, heartfelt note that tells somebody what you think their best 3 qualities are. I mean, if you want to go there, you can also give some constructive criticism and offer, like, you should not get into this business because I think you're going to get ripped off because you are this, that, and the other thing. But if you think you have trolling abilities inside you like I do, stay away from the constructive criticism and just give somebody the gift of believing in themselves, a gift that reminds them the things that they're so amazing at that they could turn that into something for their life. It could be a hobby, a passion, a pursuit, a business. You never know. I'm making this video because this is the time where best of this gift and that gift and what is all over. And yeah, you can buy them stuff, and yeah, you can fill your stockings with all that stuff, but you don't have to. And the gifts that can't be bought by money sometimes are the most meaningful of all. And you know what? If you're dying to go buy that lip gloss, just buy the lip gloss and give it with the note. I hope this helps somebody.